So I've been an avid walker for over 2 years, and there are some things I wish I would have known before I started walking 10,000 steps every single day. So let's go ahead and get into this, but I just want to make a note and point out the fact that I think walking is unbelievably beneficial. I love it so much that I've made it basically my daily pillar to stay on track, to keep my weight loss going and maintain a good window of weight for what works for me in my life. And that's going to be different for everybody. So one of the things that I wish I would have known before I started walking 10,000 steps was the time consuming part of it. For instance, for me, because of, it depends on where you live, but it depends on the time of year, you have to get it, I have to look at it as, how do I get it done? It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be completely smooth, but my goal is to get 10,000 steps every single day minimum, and I've done that successfully for over 2 years. The issue is that I wish I would have known how much time it was actually going to take. So because I look at weight loss and I look at health as a complete package, more of a system that has a bunch of moving parts, because it does, I narrow it down to basically weight loss hacks. But for me, every single day, my time investment into my health is between 1.5 hours to 2 hours per day, every single day. Now, when you add all that time up, it's a lot of time. So the thing you have to understand is, if you're going to do the steps, it's going to take you time. I'm sorry, you can do speed steps, you could do different things to make things faster, but for me, I've realized it's around an hour and a half to get 10,000 steps in for me, and just the plan that I run off of. So I think it's completely worth it. Again, you're investing into your health, but this is something that I wish I would have known ahead of time, that this is going to be a real commitment with time, not just effort, but time. Second of all, I wish I would have known how difficult this actually is, especially to maintain it on a daily basis. For instance, you can go walk 10,000 steps and then have some time off, no big deal. But to do it every single day without missing for over 2 years, that's tough. That takes real grit. It's taken real consistency and determination. And it's actually built my confidence, because I would have seen this in a completely different light if I didn't understand that by doing these small wins and then stacking them, that's going to grow my confidence bank of doing things that are difficult, that I have to intentionally do every single day. And when you stack all those wins, it starts giving you this, you see how difficult it is, but at the same time, you see how rewarding it is. But I just want to say that it's not an easy thing. So if you're thinking, hey, steps are easy, they're not. I think that they are easy to get into, and I think they're the first thing that I would recommend, because it puts you in motion to address the other things. And it's a kind of more of a low burn, which I really like, but obviously I recommend it. So the next thing that I wish I would have known before I started walking 10,000 steps every single day is, I wish I would have understood, and it could be different for everybody, but I mentioned confidence. I wish I would have known how big of an impact on my confidence walking would have actually done. And it's absolutely changed my life, because it's not just about the losing the weight and maintaining it. Those are all part of it. Again, it's a big mix of things. There's moving parts. It's not just one thing, it's more of a system. But by doing those things, I'm stacking up wins, and I'm building confidence within myself to do hard things and to commit to them consistently on a day-to-day basis. And that's a life skill that is absolutely worth it and has been incredible for me, because it's really changed my perception and changed how I feel about myself. And to me, that's one of the most important things. Ouch. Gosh. The next thing that I wish I would have known before walking 10,000 steps per day was the negative responses you're going to get even from family. You know, they may think that what you're doing is a waste of time, but it depends on your goals and what are you trying to do? What are you trying to accomplish? For me, this is for multiple reasons, but overall, I needed something to win at every single day. And steps have given me that. They've given me that level of confidence I need. They've given me the proof of consistency that I'm able to do what I said I'm going to do day in and day out. And with all that, because that works in the plan, in my overall pursuit of overall health, it's absolutely worth it. But you need to be aware that there are going to be people, even people that you love, that are going to be, you know, they may be negative about what you're doing and not be on board with the time aspect or the effort and think that what you're doing is a waste of time. Again, this is your plan, it's not theirs. So those are just some things that I think are really helpful that I wish I would have known before I started walking 10,000 steps per day. Again, it's completely changed my life. It's given me an entire new perspective on difficulty and consistency and showing up for yourself every day. This is like a way to gauge the level of importance that you put, that I personally, because we're talking about what I've learned, the level of importance on health that I've put walking into, and making sure that the time aspect is worth it. I know that it does take time and there's an investment, but I would absolutely pay it every single time for what is provided in return. You're gonna get confidence, at least I got confidence, because I showed up every single day for over 2 years. And it's not just about the aesthetic look and having a body that you're proud of, but it's also having the confidence on the internal side of, you know that nobody can take this from you. You did the work. You showed up every single day and you did it whether you were hurting, whether you weren't feeling well, you know, whatever the reason is, there's always an excuse, but you decided to do it anyway. So I thought that that was really important. And then also keep in mind, there's going to be people out there that are not going to be interested in what you're doing, and they're going to think that what you're doing is a waste of time. And you have to be really prepared for that and to be so ingrained in your goals and your purpose, if you're including walking or changing your body and losing the weight, maintaining things of that nature, that it doesn't matter what anyone else says. So I hope this is helpful for you guys. Make sure you subscribe down below and check out the 7-day walking challenge that I put together so we can help you get some wins and then get you out on your way. So we'll see you next time.